several hundred gathered here at St. Rose de Lima Church in Chicopee to pay a final tribute to Monsignor Leo Leclerc. Last Sunday, this beloved pastor and vicar general for the Diocese of Springfield passed away at his brother's home in Ludlow at the age of 75 after a courageous battle with cancer. Throughout the past week, as news of his passing became known, longtime friends, parishioners, and fellow clergy remembered this remarkable person. Springfield Bishop Timothy McDonald celebrated the funeral liturgy for Monsignor Leclerc, which was concelebrated by many of his fellow priests. The theme of love was ever present in the readings as well as throughout the entire service. This, a theme which Monsignor Leclerc often used himself in his preaching, and he was one who was loved by all.
But first and foremost, he was a pastor. And he was not only a pastor, he was a priestly pastor. He was a priest. A wonderful man. His people loved him. His fellow priests admired him. And all of us are missing him because he was able to do so many things with that little twinkle, that little smile, and that very gentle way he had about him, that it just is something that has to come from the heart. And in his case, we know it did.
Father Bill Terigny succeeded Monsignor Leclerc when he retired as pastor of St. Rose de Lima Parish in Chicopee in 2005. Shoes that were not easy to fill.
One of the times I was only new here, maybe within the first year, I had said to the congregation, I know that Father Leo walks on water, and I walk on water in the middle of the winter. And the people understood, and people still to this day write little notes, say, you're almost walking on water, so it means I'm still in the winter season.
Carol Pirog serves as spiritual director at St. Rose de Lima and has much admiration and praise for Monsignor Leclerc, who was a friend, mentor, and spiritual advisor.
When he retired, he wanted to learn to use the computer, so I was graced with the opportunity to be his teacher. And he often called on me and he would say, Teach, I need a hand with my computer. And he'd say, got a minute? And I would always say to him, for you, a lifetime.
Deacon Leo Bergeron grew up with Monsignor Leclerc as parishioners of St. George Parish in Chicopee Falls.
Monsignor was an inspiration to me. He was a loving, caring, compassionate. I can't think of enough to say about him. He was so good to his people. He loved his people. He loved the church. He loved his vocation.
Even though Monsignor Leclerc suffered from the effects of cancer, those who saw him in his last days said he was at peace.
He displayed such faith, such courage in embracing his illness of cancer, and literally put himself in the hands of God. Because he lived so well, he died so well. Yeah. Good man in life and showed us how to die.
And Father Terigny said the words from St. Paul in the second reading in the funeral liturgy could provide comfort to those who grieve.
So faith, hope, love remain, these three. But the greatest of these is love.